Welcome to another episode of More Than Dice. I'm Gonzo.
I'm Izzy, and that's John doing the things.
Doing the things. Guys, welcome to another episode. Captain Mizzy is going to be joining us for a bit time so she can hang out with us. And then if maybe we can convince her to stick around for a little bit more. I'm going to be fixing her camera because it looks like there's some issues with it. So, no big deal.
I like how he blames your camera rather than himself.
Well,
And I'm John.
and that's John.
Sorry, I was chewing some pistachio. Because it was all I had I could throw in my mouth real quick.
So, give me 1 second. I'm going to work on Captain Mizzy's camera. Not that big of an issue. Just gotta fix it. I see what the problem is.
We had a whole pre-ramble, we couldn't fix the problem then.
Hey, it wasn't on. This is a different screen. That's the problem.
Pro
Sounds
streamer
like a
with
Gonzo
three
problem.
screens.
Gotta fix all the things.
Professional would check all the screens at once while you're pre-rambling, like he normally does.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's a shame. To cry in shame. That's right, Legion. Pro streamer moments.
It's
Oh my
because
god! She's huge!
aspect ratio
Yeah.
issues.
Yikes! No.
Hold on. Yeah, it's gonna take a second. Hold on.
I mean, it's been several seconds already. Probably even a minute. Perhaps even two.
It's the joy of having an awesome show.
The big night that. Hold on.
There we go.
Hold on. Big night asked for Transformers.
Okay. Yeah. While he's doing that, let me fix all those things. Make sure she's okay then.
None of my Transformers are nearby, except the one I'm not going to transform because I need to get the fucking instructions. Because it's super complicated. Or the one I bought because I liked them, but I keep around just for you, Big Night.
I'm gonna think I'm gonna have to make a special big night only redemption. Redeem Transformers, not the cheesy version.
How long is that going to last, Gonzo?
An alternator version.
Fuck that!
So, all right, guys. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry it took so long. Just wanted to fix that. Let's go and get the business real quickly. We want to thank one of our sponsors, Midnight Heroes. Midnight Heroes makes a good chibi models. Did a good Kickstarter. Models for that should be coming pretty soon. So you hear my dogs barking in the background. They also have a miniature game called Dual Fates, which I am painting. I will get some of that done today. Also, they are doing another Kickstarter pretty soon, so you get to see that. We want to thank Muse on Minis, which does a hosting of our file and helps push it out to everybody, so you can listen to them. They do some good tokens and other things, so just keep an eye out. They'll have some
Yeah, they got some new stuff coming. Did you say, Gonzo?
Oh yeah, they've got quite a few new stuff coming.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for new stuff.
Can't tell you, it's all hush, it's top secret.
It's all secret, but keep an eye out.
Yeah.
But new stuff.
We want to thank Parabellum Wargame, which makes Conquest and all the cool stuff that they have been doing. You can also get a discount code for them. Turbo Dork, which we will be giving away not this week, but pretty soon, some gift certificates to them, and you will be able to see their stuff pretty soon. And then we have a new sponsor this week. You've probably heard of them, and there it is right on the screen, Creature Caster. Creature Caster is now an official sponsor of More Than Dice. They have recently decided to give us their paints so we can test them out and paint them on stream. So every Thursday, I will be painting Judgment and Creature Caster models using their Cephalopod line. There's John's Big Box, and there's a link to the website. Just so you know, Creature Caster also has a My Mini Factory 5th edition thing that you can subscribe to, where you get 112 paints.
That's a lot of paint.
Yeah.
That's a lot of paint.
Yeah. They have a My Mini Factory like a Patreon type thing where you subscribe and they give you like 12 or 15 models and usually a big model that comes with it, and then they give you a 5th edition module to play with those
Which is
models,
really cool.
which is with your the models that you can download. They're usable. I've used them in my Unity campaign type thing. But also on top of that, all these models and these modules are based in their world. Reclamation, I think is what it's called. I'm not 100% sure, but it's their world, the Creature Caster world Reclamation. So you could play those modules in their world. And there's a couple of other things, but I'll be painting up some Creature Caster models from the Reclamation world and from the subscription service and Judgment stuff, because I've got a ton of Judgment models to paint up. Their paint lines is an interesting paint line, which I was getting into and doing everything. They are meant for glazing and for sketch painting, which everybody knows is, Zenithal highlighting, aka slap chopping. Everybody's kind of we're all laughing, but whatever makes you paint, guys. And so we'll be testing these out. I've already got 2 of the models ready. I'll show them on stream because I'm going to work on some Judgment stuff. Because I definitely want to start playing that. And we will give you a review on Judgment. That'll be another Captain Mizzy episode. Once John gets a good look at stuff and maybe gets a few games in.
I would not hold my breath for that.
I was waiting for that.
That's
also,
fair.
with a whole new paint line to look at, you will see probably the return of Hobby Street coming this week or next week. And I'll be using them probably in not the standard way to start, but going to take a good look, see what they can do. Because, while they're meant for sketch painting, I am certain they're going to be good for a lot of things. So I'll be trying them on some non-standard stuff to see how they go.
Yeah, I mean, like contrast paints. You're supposed to prime a model white or whatever and then go from there. We've used it for many different things. We've all used our paints for different
Uber
things.
washes?
Uber washes. So we'll be trying them out, all that stuff. But they are an official sponsor, and you'll be seeing that Friday night. I will be, or not Friday night, Thursday nights from like 7 to 10. I'll be working on models, showing the paint line, talking about Judgment, talking about World of Reclamation, and having a good time. Big night. What is sketch painting? I will show you when we get on the air. But before we get that, do we have any shout outs this week?
Legion just mentioned Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot? Oh, yes. Yes.
Yep.
Got the Edmund Fitzgerald?
Yep.
That's the song. The only, so, fair. I've heard it like once or twice. It doesn't have any space in my brain, but I am 100% aware of it.
Yeah.
But that's like the only one that shows up.
I mean, he...
Otherwise, I don't
think that was
have anything. But let's be honest, I haven't been paying enough attention necessarily.
No, it's been a pretty busy week. If you didn't listen to the pre-ramble, I've been working on Warfare Weekend stuff a lot, getting a lot of things finalized. Almost everything's finalized.
Look, and I'll take not having great weeks. It means not a lot of people who are, celebrities die. It's fair.
Yeah.
Just if we can get less of the other die on it, too. So, shout out to everyone in these stupid fucking, mass shootings that need to fucking stop.
Yes.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
That's all we're going to say about that. So the very important business, because everybody knows that this is like the hottest topic on the planet right now. I mean, hashtag, what are you drinking, John?
Oh, I was going to say, briefs.
Do what?
Briefs. Hottest question, boxers or briefs? I'm wearing briefs.
No. That's not the hottest question. The hottest question is,
I mean, it is the
what are
hottest
you
question.
drinking?
It's summertime, son. Box is a little too warm.
What
am
are
I
you
drinking?
drinking?
I made a gin mule, which is gin and ginger beer and lemon juice. Or lime juice in this case. Like I normally do. Just it's a mule, just using gin instead of. What is a mule normally?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
An
It
animal?
can be anything technically. Just call it. Fucking Christ. I can get fucked up and make this a fucking hoot if you want. I'm capable and willing.
Captain Mizzy, what are you having tonight?
I've got some water with a little bit of fruit punch flavoring to make it, not so water.
Not so water.
Not so water. Water adjacent, but still water and healthy for me. It provides the hydration and does the things.
I am also going to be drinking H2O. Still taking a little bit of medication.
Public, so don't go to meetings.
Yeah.
I feel like a drunk.
Still taking some medications and stuff that I need to take. Surgery's not until June 6th, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
That is useful information. Thank you.
Yep.
I had no idea that surgery was involved at this point. You sort of skipped the middle steps where you told us it was involved.
It is
scheduled.
It is a outpatient surgery. So for people that don't know, they're going to do a biopsy on the sides of my head, which means they have to shave the sides of my head, and then they're going to cut open a little slit and then scrape off some of my artery and then sew it back up and then go home. Probably be out for work for a day or so.
Wow, when you describe it, it sounds way more horrible.
So, I mean, it's not bad. It's just a simple outpatient. They're just, and it's simple numbing. They don't even put me out. They just numb the skin and open it up. So, but it's not until January 6th. So it's like a month away. So it's like 30 days away.
You mean June 6th? Because January 6th is a little bit away, and it was something else entirely.
Yeah, June 6th. So we just got a little bit of time. Got about a
So-
month.
Yes, V, you do see a Mizzy, and you will see a Mizzy regularly if you want to be here.
Yes. Captain
That's
Mizzy will be
the thing.
joining us. She will be joining us for more Than Dice episodes. We can have 3 people. I know that John and I are quite attractive young men that just have all the ladies coming, but we need to get the other audience, both men and women, because, you know.
Not a single thing you said there is true. Not a single one. Wow, I'm impressed. Few statements are as wrong as what you said.
So, well, guys, we appreciate you listening. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you coming in. If you ever want to come on the show, just let us know. We have no problem. We'll get people in here. If you have a subject you want us to talk about, let us know, because we'll do that too. Going to be no big deal. Guys, if you see something, say something. If you can do something, do something. Look out for each other. Stay healthy. Cheers.
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 That's refreshing.
Oh my God. My cells feel hydrated already.
Cells are getting punched by the fruits.
Oh man. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Woohoo. That just went right to my head.
Wow.
All right.
You also do have to deal with it, right?
All the time.
You see what I have to deal with.
Yeah, Captain,
All
you
the time.
live here. I don't even fucking understand.
Let's go and
The
switch
lie
that
that water
around.
restrictors had in. I mean, I could say mine went straight to my head, but it really did not.
In your head. Oh, so someone was wondering about sketch painting.
It
I
was
don't know
a
if
big
it's...
thing.
Yeah. So sketch is when you take a model, prime it either black or dark gray, and then you do highlights up on it, doing with like either a next gray and then go up to a white.
Generally, a zenithal priming where you hold the next color at like 45 degrees and spray,
Yeah.
just to try and get the highlights from an angle. Gonzo went a little excessive on that, but it's still good for sketch.
Yeah, I went and dry brushed it because I wanted to get a
Yeah.
little bit more
I was
detail
gonna
on
say,
it.
you can do that too. Actually, we
Yeah.
did that when we had the one live at Warfare Weekend way back, or War Machine Weekend way back in the day. MJ actually live just dry brush gray on the model to bring out all the details.
Yeah.
Gonzo, now,
We got cat
Oh.
ears.
Damn it.
yeah, sorry, V, I can't put mine on. Mine are not working right. I would need to replace them. That requires this thing called money.
What? You're not uber rich. You work like 95 hours a week.
Salary?
But sketching is pretty much the same thing as zenithal. There's all these different, things that people have. But you're highlighting what you want to be really bright. So whenever you wash it or you use glazing, it'll come out a different color. So this is Gloom. Gloom is a monster in Judgment that is on the table whenever you're playing, and you can get points from them and all the cool stuff. And then I'll be working on Inferno also, which I've already got started. I just need to go and he's got flames, so I'm going to take these flames and up the whiteness on them a bit more, and also where I think the OSL should be. I'm going to try to do a little bit of OSL with the lights on this guy. So But Inferno is another monster in Judgment also.
Yeah, there's a lot of articles on and videos on how to do the sort of sketching style. In fact, actually, Kujacaster has some on their website that are actually very good.
Yeah, and there's
Descriptions of how they do it.
There's many ways to do it. I just went the dry brush route to make it a little bit easier on myself. So for people that don't know, I have to make acid tokens for tabletop. So like this water is acid water, not just normal water. So I 3D printed these little raindrops. Then spray painted them bright green, and I'm going to just paint the bases black.
Yes, Legion, if you see the green Hershey Kisses, do not fucking eat them.
They're not good for you. So, let me get
unless it's St. Patrick's Day, then they might be okay, and you take a chance on that. Just wash down with some good beer.
But 3D printed a bunch of them up so we can have them.
Leprechaun poop.
Leprechaun poop.
Well played.
Yeah. And then I'll just do like a little light yellow dry brush on the top of them.
You gonna repaint the bases? Did you say?
Yeah, that's when we paint the bases, just so they look, just so the green kind of pops and stands out.
Yeah.
And it just takes a little time.
I mean, as much as I'm for 3D printed tokens, a lot of times isn't 2D just as good? But
well, I tried to find something that looked really cool as an acid token for, acid water or acid, whatever you have the thing, and it just, nothing really made me think really good. But it was easy to print these off because this only took like no time at all, like maybe 4 hours for like 20 of them. So it was just crank out, the entire, how many I've got here in no time at all, and then just set them outside and spray paint them green.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to paint the bases black. That way it gets a little standout when it sits on the table and easier to see. And then, like I said, do a light dry brush of yellow just to give it a little pop. And then seal them and be done.
Yep. And note for these people that you want a dry brush and not a wash, because as there's no real crevices or anything, a wash is just going to stain it and not going to look really good. It's going to look spotchy. So dry brush will actually bring out some detail instead.
Yep.
And quicker than trying to highlight them, which I would not suggest, because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it'll just be like the top of it, right on the top, just so it kind of pops. But this is these are better than the ones that we had last year, because the ones I had last year were requested by someone else, and I hated them, but they said that's what they wanted. And, well, they're not there anymore, so I got rid of them.
Fair enough.
These are easier to see on the tabletop. You're like, oh, that's an acid pool.
Yeah, they're not going to get lost
No.
in all the busyness of the terrain.
Because we are in a major 3D printing terrain mode right now. Don't think you can hear my printer going off.
Nope.
But we are in a major printing thing for Warfare Weekend. Last week I printed 100 plus trees, and now we're printing water features. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 times 5 is how many, plus 1 is how many?
76.
Yeah. How many things I've got going?
V, I don't think he's got a thing for that.
A thing for what?
There's no command for it. No, I'm sorry, V. Gonzo's lazy like that.
A command for what?
For Warfare Weekend.
Oh, no, I do not. Someone give me I'll have one of my mods take care of that.
Who is already working on it before you asked.
See? Don't have to worry about that shit. I know. Which, almost everything is set up for that, by the way. Some people, we talked about it already once, but that is almost completely set up so you can look at schedules. If you really want to know partial schedules right now, we do have our painting schedule up. The official announcement for that goes out Wednesday, but the hobby classes are up on our website right now.
Link
Cool.
in chat.
So you can look at that. Burpage. So our subject, it actually has to do with conventions and gaming, period. So there's been a trend, and it's not really a bad trend, but it kind of is a bad trend. Us players, if you're not going to a major convention, like Adepticon, Gen Con, usually don't pre-register for stuff. You usually just hope you got a spot when you get there. Can't do that anymore. that is becoming a problem. And for people that don't know or aren't in the know about this, whenever you go to a convention and you have tables there, the people that run it aren't usually people that control how many tables they get. So when you go, so say like I'm going to run Infinity at Warfare Weekend. I tell Warfare Weekend, hey, I want X amount of tables for Infinity, and they go, okay, we'll charge this much for the price per table. You're like, okay. So you set it up for like a, say, just 32 person event. So they give you, the spots for that. You get that going, and then they wait for signups. Signups are going. If you only sell out 10 spots, they drop your tables down. So it's no longer a 32 person event. It'll probably be a 24. 3 months before the event happens, they'll look at the numbers again. And if you've gained those people back, or you've got a big wait list, they may give you your tables back. But if you didn't sell any more, they're probably going to drop it down to 5. And that's it. You're done. You only got 5 tables. And they most likely won't give you any tables because they'll look at the space and they'll go, all right, Infinity, they've got, 20 people signed up, so we'll give them, 10 tables. War Machine's got 15 people signed up, we'll give them the appropriate. And then they're like, oh, 40K has 64 people signed up with 15 people on a wait list. They're going to bump the other tables away from people so they can fill the 40K event. Because, you paid for it, they're going to give it to you. So they have to go through, a table thing that goes on. And I know a lot of people that just don't buy tickets until it's the last minute. You can't do that anymore. If you're going to go and, you're secured that you want to play this, sign up for it, pay for it, and do it. Because if not, you may not get to go to your event. Your event may get canceled because some events are now saying if you don't have an X amount of people playing, it's not going to happen. Gen Con's a big one for that. Gen Con, if you don't have a minimum of 5 people sign up for like your painting or hobby class, it doesn't kick off. Not that it usually doesn't happen, but you understand what I'm saying. It could be for any game. So, and this happens for your local game store because we're now back in the game stores. And it is important so the owners know how much space to allocate to you for your event.
Well, yeah, because I just went to one of the local game stores and told them I want to play D&D every other Friday. So, they're going to look at how many people they have for 40K and then decide, hey, can we have this guy come in? And, can we say, hey, it's good or not? That's going to happen for everything. So if you sign up going like, hey, yes, I'm coming to your event, like let's say a Saturday event, you say you come into the event, they go, okay, we've got 12 people signed up, so we're going to set aside 12 tables, maybe run 2 extra. And then if someone comes in and says, oh, hey, I want to play D&D or something, it's like, oh, yeah, we've got space because we only have X people coming. So when you show up to play day of, there's a D&D group playing on one of the tables, you're like, well, what's going on with that? Like, you didn't sign up in advance.
Yeah.
The stores are in a weird spot where they only have limited space in addition to, they're just a smaller version of the con with only limited space. So you need to come in and you need to be telling them in advance, like, hey, I'm coming in to do this. This store actually is cool and they let you reserve a table. Yeah, I like it with the black base.
Yeah, much better.
Let you reserve a table. There's a little bit of money involved, but, it is what it is because, they're giving up potential paying customers for something else. So, but you got to understand that. Also, you've got to understand that this is a event run by somebody who's spending their time, often uncompensated, to run an event. They want to know people who are in there because honestly, if something comes up, they can go like, okay, only 3 people signed up. We're not going to run this because it's not going to be an event. I mean, heck, we had a event at Games and stuff, our local store for Marvel Crisis Protocol, and Bowie showed up, and there was him and one other person. That was it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for the people that, because these people do it with no compensation. I mean, they just are there because they want to run stuff for people because they're, that's the people we are, for tournaments and stuff. Because eventually they're just not going to run events anymore. then you can't complain, hey, I don't get to play this game because nobody wants to run an event, whether it's a tournament or league or whatever.
Yeah. It's the same thing to expand a little bit for the open gaming nights. If your store has an open gaming night for the game you really, really want to play, especially if it's a smaller game, you fucking got to show up for it.
Yeah.
Even if you show up and no one else is there, they go, okay, this guy's coming every week, so people are interested. And then you get some more people, and then it grows. You know, if they're going to go like, hey, you know, we're going to demonstrate Alpha Strike on this Monday night, show up on that Monday night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I have to say, it's the most wonderful thing about TV nowadays, because that was the biggest thing that stopped me. Hey, guess what? It's all there for you. You're not going to miss it. It'll be there waiting to stream when you get home.
Oh, yeah. Now you don't have
You
to
don't
worry
have to figure out how to use a timer on a VCR or shit anymore, or a TiVo. Just, it's fucking there. It's great. To be fair, TiVo was great in the day, too, but, you know, that's for another time. But you got to show up for that. You got to make the effort and show up. Even if you just show up like, hey, I'm interested. I can't play this time. I got to go home and do something. But I wanted to show up and show you guys that I'm here to support you, and I'll be here future time, just not this one.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, you also got, people that if the store takes notice, because if you want a product and the store has special order it, you may or may not get it. But if people start showing up and they may start having stock, so you don't have to order it, it's just there.
But it's also a thing is if you want the product line to be carried, you got a special order from the store. I know we can easily go on Amazon or go on a website and buy it, and sometimes that is the best answer. But if you're going to your store for a lot of stuff and you want to play it there, talk to them about it, because nothing shows them more that people want to play a game than you buying the product in their store too. Like, I did a lot of slow grow leagues for various games at various stores, and every time, one of the things you could get weekly or monthly or however they did it was buy a product for this game. Why? Because you want people to support the store. That keeps the game going in the store. By making it part of a slow grow league or whatever, sure, it seems stupid, but hey, you bought something at the store. You're both showing them you're interested in this game, at the time, and they can correlate that. And it's the stupidest thing. If you're going to make sales at a store, go the day that is your night. If Wednesday night is your War Machine night, War Machine Wednesday, it's a good idea. Alliteration. Save your purchases for Wednesday night. Sure, maybe you come by on a Saturday, you can get a model. Don't wait till that Wednesday night. Do it, because they're going to correlate. Oh, look, War Machine Wednesday is getting X more sales of War Machine stuff. They're going to look at that. They got all the metrics now, and they're going to start seeing that, and it's going to go forward going, we need to keep this in mind so we have stuff for these guys. They're not you're not getting a lot of fly-by-night stores anymore. Mm-mm. There's so much software and everything out there for these stores. They're going to see all that stuff. And you got to, it seems like a lot of extra work, but you got to do things the right way to show them that you're interested. And because while they can get the data, they're not going to crunch the numbers on it. They're not going to say, oh, hey, the War Machine guy came in on Saturday rather than Wednesday to pick up his stuff. They're not going to see that. They're just going to do the simple number crunching going, Wednesday big War Machine or Wednesday not big War Machine, and then stock from there.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that in a day and age, we know that things are expensive. And we know that game stores can't compete with big box stuff, aka Amazon or certain miniature market type things. But usually the discount isn't that big. If it's that big, maybe you talk to your game store. I know a lot of game stores that will give you a discount if they see it if you show it to them that's online cheaper. But if it's not like a huge amount of difference, don't worry about it. Just pay that extra $2, $3, $5.
Remember, you're at this point you're paying for the store to be around for you to play in.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I get it. I understand. I mean, I'm not rich. I have to watch a budget and stuff too. But I will gladly pay a game store than get something for free, especially if it's something I'm going to use. It's not something I'm going to use, different story. Prime example. there was
You
somebody.
spread it out.
Yeah, there was somebody that says, "Hey, I can give you XYZ for free because you've been doing stuff for us," and I'm like, "Don't, because I am buying that from my local game store because I was going to buy it anyway."
Yes.
And they're like, "Okay, cool." I'm like, that even actually helps them because that means that they get money.
Yeah. The biggest, now from personal experience, the biggest thing that showed me that this was a problem was, you guys may or may not know, depending on how long you've been listening, I actually used to run a game store for a very long time. And when Pokemon first came out, I was running a game store. And people in my family would not buy from me. They'd buy online because it was a little bit cheaper. In my fucking family. So,
Did
keep
they
that
not
in
want you
mind.
to have a job?
They just
Because
want to
if the
save money.
store doesn't make sales,
Well, it's funny because
therefore
that
you,
relative would do that, and then another relative would be like, "Hey, can you ship this stuff to me? Because I'd rather buy it from you because you're related than to buy it from somewhere else."
right?
They were playing Magic in their house. They're not going to a game store or anything. They're like, "Hey, John, what can you do for me?"
Mm-hmm.
So. But that's the thing. You can realize if it can happen on a family level, imagine with the players coming in. And they would still send their kid to come to my store and play, but they wouldn't buy anything, and that's fucking frustrating.
Yeah.
Here's a spoiler. A lot of times tournaments are not how they make money. They don't price tournaments to make money. They price tournaments to just cover sort of, what's going on.
Yeah, like the last two that I've participated in, it was $10.
Yeah. $10 is just enough to be like, yeah, cheap. You're taking up some tables that we could use for someone else who might buy something. Sounds good.
Right.
I also have a rule that if I go to another store and play for free, I buy something there.
Yeah, you try to find something. I always try to find something to purchase when I go to a new game store for a tournament.
We used to play the Warhammer tournaments back in the day at, I want to say a local hobby town, but it wasn't really local. We'd drive an hour to get to this hobby town. But anyways, we wanted them to do well. They told us, this is Maryland, driving an hour here is different than driving an hour there.
That's fair.
I passed 3 gaming stores to get to this hobby town. But we go there because we wanted them to do well. So we'd show up, and I would always still buy something in their store because it was a free tournament. Free tournament that gave out prizes, people would buy stuff. As I worked at Games Workshop at that time, I got a lot of extra rule books from damaged box sets that I would take in my bag. And when someone came and was interested, here's a rule book, go.
Nice.
Because, back in that day, the Warhammer rule book was only in the big box. Kids getting their mom, in the early 2000s to spend $80 or whatever on a big box is not fucking happening.
I was one of those kids.
But you give them a rule book.
It wasn't great.
And suddenly they only got to buy models. And that changes the entire dynamic. There are a couple of times I'd give someone a rule book and they would just walk out there. They would walk out the store with a model they bought from the store because suddenly they had rules. They knew what to do.
Yep.
But it's all that little stuff, It's like to play into all the stuff you got to do locally. It's just being there, It's called be there and be present is what Gonzo put the title. It's true. You got to be there. If you want the game to do well in the store, you got to be there.
Yeah, so that's why I've actually been going to the tournaments and stuff. So I've participated in 2 Iron Gauntlet qualifiers. I don't care if I'm qualified or not. I am because I showed up, which is hilarious. So, look, to qualify, you have to be in the top 8 and you get points. Well, if less than 8 people show up, which one we had 7 and the other one we had 5, even though I'm playing and I'm losing, but I'm participating.
Participation.
I am participating. So it's just, if you want to play a game, play the game because you want to. Support your store because you want to. And I feel like you are doing both at the same time by going and doing the thing.
Yep.
Do the thing.
And
do the thing.
It also kind of irks me when people are like, well, why did you cancel this event or why did you cancel these things? And I'm like, because no one was showing and the convention is not going to give me space for things they're not signing up. And they're like, well, I like competitive stuff. Then why didn't you sign up?
Yep.
If you didn't
Now,
sign up,
we understand it. Sometimes you're like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. You know, the whole, if I do well in this tournament, I'm not going to sign up for this other tournament. We understand that, but because you're paying for a tournament you're not going to. But at a point, you got to understand if that second tournament's not there for you to play for because you washed out of the first one, don't blame the people organizing it. Your ass didn't sign up.
If you want to play, go play.
Yep.
Like,
sign up.
And honestly, I don't like the whole play around and drop. That's fucking, just play them all.
yeah.
You're here to play the game. But now, so I don't actually participate in a lot of events locally right now. I haven't for some time. Granted, COVID was a big part of that. But if Bowie said, hey, John, we want to get Marvel Crisis Protocol big at games and stuff again, I need you to show up for that tournament, I'll fucking be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, you're supporting a friend. 2, you're supporting a game. 3, you're supporting a local game store. 2, it's just fucking fun to hang out with people and play games.
Absolutely. Yes. Now, granted, I'd rather hang out with my crew and play games, but like if someone says, hey, you know, if any of them, if Brendan said, hey, John, I'm going to this 40K tournament, we really need more players. Can you muster together an army or I'll hand you an army? Can you play just so we get enough players? Sure. If I got nothing, you know, important, I can make time to show up for that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
heck,
You know.
you've got, and especially nowadays with some places, I know that some events are like, if you don't have X amount of players, it doesn't count.
Yep.
That's a big no-no in my book. That's the reason why I like the Iron Gauntlet one. It's just however many players you got. That's what you got.
Yeah,
You show
I mean,
up, you play, great.
I feel like it if you make it X players where it doesn't go off, you are not taking into account what happened in life. COVID happened. People found other hobbies. Like, I'm just as good nowadays. You know, our role-playing game canceled. I just play video games. It's fine. It'll be there. I don't lament it when it's not there. I just try and take advantage of it when it is. So, you know, you got to look at that stuff. The world has changed. Will continue to change. And I mean, let's be honest, we've had more communication than we've ever had before with Facebook and Twitter and everything. So you can keep track of when people need to show up. You know, you can find your local groups online. If you go to an event, find out where do you guys communicate your events. Cool, let me log into that. So then you're like, oh, we're not sure of people for this weekend. If you've got the free weekend, go. Even just show up and have fun and end up, you know, like someone had a bad game first round, dropped, you dropped 2, who cares, right? Sometimes stores will let you go in. I played in a ton of I used to play in a ton of Warhammer events where I didn't really want to, but, you know, they really needed to fill out to 8 or 16 people. And I do well, and they're like, John, you know, you're doing well. You could pay the price and, you know, pay the price to get in now and get the prize. No. I'm going to do that. I'm just here to support. Some stores will let you get in for free if you're not taking the prizes. I've a couple tournaments where the first place prize went to second place because I won, but I was just there sort of as a I was there as a ringer and fucking just rolled people. It happens. But if you're interested in that, be available. You know, we used to have it all the time in our old War Machine and Hordes days. Someone would be like, you know, oh, someone drops. Someone would be like, I'll drop 2 just to make it even. You know, I'll go have fun, whatever. We need to get those communities back. We lost the communities during COVID. And I hate to say it that bluntly. We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you may talk to those people still. Cool. But we lost the communities. You know, we've gone to, I mean, look at me. I mean, I've got a bunch of, as Captain Missy calls them, Stompy Robot friends.
Stompy Robot friends.
You know, that I play MechWarrior Online with or what have you, that I chat with on Discord, you know, but I don't necessarily talk to people locally. Like, I don't know a lot of players locally who aren't my crew anymore. And maybe if I really want to play games, I got to get out there and talk to them.
Yeah, and you may have to you may have to find, and I don't want to say new crew, because your crew's your crew.
Maybe you got to find a new crew.
But you're
Or
finding
just more crew.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. More people.
I was going to say, treat it like second breakfast.
Yes. Oh, you have your first crew. What about your second
Second
crew?
crew. Exactly.
To paraphrase a line from The Seven Samurai, you can't have a lot of fun with just one crew.
And you have different types of fun with your different
Yeah.
crews too.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get this D&D game available for people who, one of whom's never played before and really wants to play. In fact, she's got friends who want her to DM a game. I'm like, you're a little ways away from that. Let's just throttle back a second.
Not that you can't.
You know,
but-
there's people who are like, hey, I'd love to play this game online. And I'm like, you know what? I should make more time to play games online and stuff.
It's funny that you
What,
mentioned.
am I going to lose YouTube time? Who cares? It'll be there.
What?
That's the best thing about media nowadays. It'll be there. I know Gonzo and I are from an age, not to exclude you, Mizzy, but I'm going to be an old person here.
Hey, I am right on the verge. I remember being a little kid sitting at my cassette tape player, recording songs on the radio. Thank you. I am not
Fair
that
play.
young.
I retract.
I am a
Many of
millennial.
us-
I am not a Gen Z. Okay.
Many of us, media was not like available. You know, you miss it. You may never see that again. Like, anyone else lose audio?
Nope. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, but you know, we'd wait there. We'd make our mixtapes from the radio. Fuck, that was the best thing about Casey Kasem's Top 40. You fucking knew songs are coming on. Like, I'm getting this song on tape. But yeah, I mean, media's changed. You can get it anywhere now.
At
Like,
any
oh.
time.
Like, there's stuff I never thought I'd see again that I own on DVD now. It's great. You know, it doesn't have to be an event anymore. That's sort of the thing. That's why movie theaters are dying. That sort of take it that way, is because it'll be there. It's like, hey, I didn't see Ant-Man Quantumania. It'll be on. Like, I could pirate it right now, and it'll be on fucking Disney Plus in a week or two, whatever.
Yeah, it's
It'll
out
be
there to
okay.
rent right now.
Yeah. It'll be okay. And I like that because literally, you know, we used to plan our schedules off of what was going on. Like Wednesday night was Babylon 5 Wars, which is the Babylon 5 ship combat game that no longer exists for those of you at home. That means anything came out, like Enterprise came out, I had to tape it. That's right, VCR tapes. They're a thing.
Oh, I remember when scheduled VCR recordings, like you could schedule your VCR to record this channel
yeah.
at this time.
Yep.
And then you
Yep.
were like, fuck yeah, the freedom behind that.
Yeah. And then TiVo? Fucking TiVo was the palm diggity.
Yep.
But now streaming. It's everywhere. You don't miss anything anymore. Oh, hey, I missed that one. Like, I stopped watching series. Like, there's certain series I have not watched the last season of because I missed an episode. And you're like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
That's okay.
Big Night asks, do you think streaming is killing DVDs? Sort of off topic, but yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But I think people need to realize that DVDs still have a place because anything you stream can go away from that particular provider.
Mhm.
And even if you buy it on Amazon, there has been one case that I know of, and I looked into it, where something people bought, is no longer available on Amazon. Even though you bought it, it is technically just a forever rental as long as they have rights to it in any way, shape, or form.
That's rough.
And this one thing, they lost rights, so you can't watch it anymore, even though you quote-unquote bought it. So just keep that in mind.
I still have a DVD collection.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I
Same
do.
here.
Can't loan streaming. I mean, I kind of can, but it's easier to load
Technically,
DVDs.
there's technicalities there.
Yeah, but there's problems too. Like, I can loan a DVD to someone I barely know.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a big deal. Like, someone at work I see all the time. But if you give them something with a password, a little sketchy, right?
Yep. And they're getting rid away from sharing passwords nowadays, too, so.
Banyan Moore is streaming investment at box office. Yes, it is. And it should. Like, I'm going to say this bluntly. Movie stars are paid way too fucking much money. Everything at the box office is way less convenient than it should be. Now, it's not like terrible. They're doing a lot of work, and I understand stuff's going to be expensive because they have employees to pay and everything. But Yeah, I mean, why? If it's a movie you're not sure about, why are you going to pay all that money when you just wait till it shows up on the streaming service?
I
For
can tell you
20
that in
bucks.
the last 5 years, I've been to the theater once, and that was for Spider-Man.
I've been to the theater more this
And
year.
that was at the insistence of somebody that I go.
I mean, I still like theater, but it's like I stop on the way home from work because, like, Guardians of the Galaxy. Want to see Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yep.
I'll stop on the way home from work. Maybe this week, Monday or Tuesday. I'll just go like, I'm gonna stop at the theater and watch a movie.
Yeah, Banian, that too. Like, I like my stuff. I like my couch. I like being comfortable.
I like pausing and going to go pee.
That too.
Yes, I also like being able to enjoy whatever I want to eat.
Yes.
And not
Not
paying
just-
20 bucks for some popcorn that is going to get half eaten and then be terrible halfway through it.
The pause button, yes, the pause button. And it's weird. I mean, we're a little far off topic, but we did with it, and that's sort of the problem. Is that those companies don't understand how things have changed necessarily, and they're trying to, tradition's a thing. They're trying to make the tradition again. Like at the beginning of the D&D movie, there was a thing where they're like, "Thank you guys for showing up at the theater. You guys are real heroes for coming out and watching our movie in the theater," which is a great sentiment. But you got to understand, like, it's not going to be like that forever. You got to make the theater experience good.
And the movie's
You
got to be
know.
good for theater experience. I understand if you don't have a big TV and the whole surround sound and so on and so forth, but a lot of people do nowadays. And some people don't care about that either. They're just like, I just want to watch the movie.
Well, I mean, also there are certain movies. If you like drama movies, dramas don't care about big screen.
No. Or outrageous surround sounds or
And there's a way in there. Theaters had their heyday, much like a lot of things, and I think they're going to calm them back down. You just got to find a balance in things. But we have to help with that. It's much like the gaming store. If you really want to see a movie and you want it to be popular, you're going to have to see it in the theater. D&D is a good movie, but it's not going to get a sequel probably because it didn't do well in the theater because people didn't go out and see it for a variety of reasons. Some people don't want to see movies. Some people are upset at Hasbro and for not related to the movie stuff. Yeah. Yeah, V, you're right. Being able to pause the movie you go see, or being able to knit while you're freaking paint while you're freaking watching movies, great. Some
Yeah.
people do that. Like, I understand there's a whole bunch of people unlike me who like to multitask stuff.
Yeah, like when we do the terrain painting and dry brushing stuff,
Yeah.
we turn a show or a movie on and just dry brush and watch the movie.
Yeah.
Get it done.
And I'm going to blame podcasting for so many years for this, is I actually pay very much attention to what I'm doing. If I'm watching a movie, I'm watching a movie. I'm trying to get more from it, trying to look deeper. But that's a me thing. I am different.
Knitting
So
in a
theater-
theater is a very V thing, and I'm here
Yeah.
for it.
I took knitting to the movie theaters the time before. Hey, it's all good. But that's the thing. If you can, you balance it yourself. You bring knitting to the theater. Cool. But I'm sure you only see movies you really want to see at the theater in the theater, obviously.
Yeah.
But you have to balance that, much like the events. You're like, oh, I can't go to every event. You can't go to every event. But if it's really important to you, if you love whatever game, you got to show up for that game at the store.
especially if it's local. I understand if you
Yep.
can't drive 5-6 hours or whatever, or 4 hours or 2 hours, but man, you got to support your local store. You've
Yep.
got to. I mean, I
And
will
the smaller the
drive.
game, the more you have to support it.
I personally will drive up to 4 hours on a day trip for a tournament or event or whatever, because if I'm there for 4, if I drive 4, play for 6, and then I'm driving around for 4, I'm fine, because I usually have a bunch of people with me, and we can either rotate off driving or, but it's also a good social thing. We can hang out and talk
Hang
about
on.
stupid
So
shit.
4 hours, I'll fucking be like 2 states away by then.
Yeah, but you live in a small state.
I do. I can get
It-
just
it-
about anywhere in the state in about 2 hours.
we've got about a 10-hour drive ahead of us in a few weeks.
Yep. But that's a weekend. That's a weekend trip.
I don't even
That
remember.
yeah.
I do remember the last time I drove 10 hours, and that was actually me and Not Brushhead Dave going to War Machine Weekends. It was a little more than 10 hours, but what's the thing? You guys decide what you can do. Art of Michael Voice says I drive almost an hour to get to my store. It's my main hangout away from home. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's another thing in there, and why you got to support stores is because it's your third place. Work, home, your third place. That's why a lot of people go to the bar. That's their third place. They're not working, they're not at home, they need another place. That's why a lot of gaming stores, if they have communal areas, get a lot of people just showing up and hanging out. Because it's their third place. They're not at work, they're not at home, they get to be in their third place.
Then you have one place, Banyan, and you need to fix it and have at least a second place.
He doesn't think it was a bar.
Well, there you go. So I actually,
that's fair, Michael. But I mean, even if you work there one night a week, it's still not work. Let's be honest. We work at a game store. There's work involved, but someone wise once said, "If you do something you love for work, you will never truly work a day in your life." Because it's not work; it's fun. Having run a game store, it's true. It's work, but enjoyed most of it.
Kind of how I am with Warfare Weekend 2. Like, yeah, it's work, but I have a lot of fun doing it, and that's why I do it, because I have fun.
Yeah, but that's like also like a one-off. It's like if you went there every week, you'd get a little real quick.
Fair.
But she was a whole Warfare Weekend every weekend. That'd be crazy.
I live Warfare Weekend.
But it's all those things we need to stabilize the world and ourselves and get back to our balance. No, he's painting. He hasn't done that yet. I'm sorry. And I can't do it right now. He changed the password.
That is the best I can do for you, V.
What is it?
She wants a command, ! WFW for Warfare Weekend. For the link.
I'll get it up there.
There you go. Maybe you could message More Than Dice on Facebook, and then Gonzo will have a reminder to do it. They'll sit there flashing at it.
Fucking social media crap.
But then it flashes at me, and it annoys me on my phone, John. So I mean, yeah.
I have notifications turned off. I ain't crazy. Just talk to me on Facebook. That's fair. No cause there, but.
Well, I mean, I don't know why, why V would want that on there. Is she planning on coming?
Oh, no, she's trying to help us and help you and advertise it. Rich. Anyways, to sum up, events. You should show up if you can. Even if it's just for a moment to get yourself out there. Show up to the game nights if you can. Show up to the tournaments if you can. Even if you're not super into the competitive scene, just show up and be known. Sometimes they'll come back. I've noted at our local store, and they'll count. Oh, look, there's like 15 people over by those War Machine and Hordes tables. Cool. That means that game has about this much pull. Those people interested, and they take those and they look at them, going, "We need to look a little bit more at events for that, or maybe stock for that." Because our stores they're fucking firing blind. There's no roadmap to how much you order for anything. They fucking have to just wing it.
Oh, and it used to be, order 40K because 40K will sell. Not anymore, because a lot of people are cheating at that shit.
I mean, yes, some people will 3D print their stuff. Some people will buy it online for cheaper. But that's what they got to see. They got to do what they can, and every bit of data you can give them helps them make good decisions. Also, we need to connect with our fellow players locally, so you can get out there and play with them. Cool. Sure, it may not be your favorite way of playing, understandable, but it is still out there, gives them a greater community. Then also lets them communicate with you when they're like, "Oh, hey, we're running this tournament. We need everyone to show up because it's a big tournament." Having run a giant tournament, it was supposed to be a giant tournament, and not a ton of people showed up, and then me and another store that combined on it. we didn't exactly make money at it, and it was a tournament for charity, so that was not good.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, it is what it is, but you just got to come out for that shit. So there you go.
We almost at media section time. Oh, 4 minutes.
Almost.
I'm helping you with your advertising. V, if you really want to help, come and volunteer. Oh,
Come
Wow.
hang out and give me hugs while
See,
you
that's
volunteer.
easier than volunteering. Well, that's now you're adding extra.
But
volunteer in
hugs! But Mizzy hugs, John.
I
Hey,
mean,
you volunteer.
fair.
Hey, you volunteer, you get a free pass. Banyan, I cannot cover travel costs, but I will definitely give you hugs in return. My undying gratitude for helping the convention and keeping it running.
I'm here to tell you, I'm pretty sure Banyan is not a huge hug guy.
I'll hug him anyway. Fuck him. Won't do that though, but I will hug him.
That escalated quickly.
Love you. No, but guys, I mean, really, we've got to. We have been cooped up because of COVID, and we've all been doing stuff online and doing everything, and it's getting harder to get people to come out to stores and do stuff. And we get it. There is nothing wrong with if you don't want to go, but if you want to see things and you don't ever, I don't ever want to hear anybody complain that they can't go to an event because it didn't happen because they didn't sign up. If you didn't sign up, that is your fault. And that is you're the reason why the events are dying. Don't come and bitch when nobody signs up because you didn't sign up yourself. You
Yep,
have to
back
sign
in our
up
day,
yourself.
we'd have people come in and like, I want to prepay, and they did not show up, and they wouldn't ask for a refund. They're like, oh no, it is what it is. But they were showing their proper support. You don't need to go that far, but show up, sign up first. That's why I have those pre-sign-ups. See how many people are playing. Otherwise, you get the tournaments, people come in, and there's like, we got 40 people. Well, you got 15 spots or 16 spots because only 15 people signed up.
No, and something else to consider when you're showing up is to also make sure that you're welcoming people and making sure that they feel safe,
Yes.
because that's a big thing too. Like,
Uh,
you got to be
Wheaton's
careful.
Law. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Don't be a creep. Cool.
For Markle Art of Michael, yes, if you would like to talk about vendoring at Warfare Weekend, send an email out, and if Mizzy, you can get that email, the info one to him, I would appreciate it. And you can talk to me about it. We can see what's going on.
See, you can tell Gonzo's a manager because he's delegating that shit immediately.
Well, it saves me from typing and everything. But yes, Art of Michael, we do
No,
have.
just
We only
make
have.
me do it. It's fine. I think I typed that right.
Yeah, we do have one
That's right.
3D. We do have one 2D vendor right now. But we will have. Hey, come in. I will pimp your stuff as much as I possibly can.
We like art. We like shiny things. We like all the pretty things.
So yeah, if you want something, just send me an email with that, and I'll get you hooked up. Type thing. It's getting hot. Getting hot in her.
Don't take off all your clothes. I'm out.
Do not
Nope.
break toss.
Not gonna break the toss.
Good call.
No, I've got my computer running, all the lights running, then I got 2 3D printers running, so it's hot in my room right now.
That's why I have one light
Well,
and not this light on because I don't need extra hot. What's the driving distance to Warfare Weekend, Banyan? About 12 hours.
so let's see. Where are you at? Just Maryland?
Baltimore, basically.
Let's see.
But that is pretty, Michael. That those are still pretty things.
12 hours and
I've got-
29 minutes.
I've got all the spooky things. You can't see
I
them.
like how
but-
you doubted me like I hadn't done it before.
No, I'm just saying it. I was doing it for you. And it's like
Mhm.
one road. It's one road the whole way.
Very much.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not horrible. It's just, it's a thing.
It's a lot, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, like
What's
I-70
final Big
West.
Night? I guess fair enough. In the UK, you can probably get from one end to the other in about 12 hours or so. Maybe not fully, but
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's not bad.
Arda Michael, we don't have a problem. Send me email and stuff, and I'll get you hooked up if you're interested in doing a vendor spot. We do special vendor spots for 2D artists. So just send me something. I also can include some links of whatever some of your artwork. That way I can look at it and stuff.
Can't imagine a road 12 hour long. Big Night, there is a road that literally goes from sea to shining sea over here.
Oh,
Starts in Ocean City, Maryland, and goes clear across the country all the way to California. How long it would take? I don't know. Long time.
I'm
Is
gonna
that
tell
the
you,
one
I
you sent me,
love road
Missy?
trips. Are you about the dinosaur?
Yes.
Yeah, I did watch that.
I'm getting all sorts of weirder stuff on my recommends now, thanks to that.
You're welcome. I have caused the chaos. My job is done.
Oh, I sent you the one.
Yes.
I keep
That
getting
was-
more stuff from that band.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know that it's a great song, but it's absolutely an interesting song.
It's a very
So-
entertaining song.
It's a great song for V because we had a conversation come up on her stream a couple weeks ago about how she wanted Gren to make a laser shooting dinosaur emote for her channel. But
Fair
Gren
enough.
does not want to draw that. So
Also fair.
it's one of those things where it's fantastic because it satisfies that mighty need for that emote. But so
Fair enough.
it's a thing.
The video is very interesting. The song is not as good as the video. It's very basic.
It's fun.
But-
It's shenanigan.
There's media, and you know what? We can let you guys look at that. There is a song about laser firing dinosaurs.
If you give me a moment, I can give you a
What
link.
was it? Angus Mix 6 or some shit like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Angus Pick 6. I have the link. Hold on. I can very easily get the link.
And like a lot of the guys, they do very much. He does very themed videos along the same theme of him, being some sort of knight with his super sword. I've not watched any more of his songs because, let's be honest, I thought the first song was very mediocre as far as song, though the video was like, what is going on? I can't look away.
All right, guys. So media section. John, how many you got to this week? 2?
Technically, too. Let's want to talk more about the music video for Laser Shooting Dinosaur.
Well, we'll let people watch it while we're talking about it. I have 4. One is combined with you, possibly, and one combined with Mizzy.
Yes, one is definitely combined with me.
Yeah.
Do you watch anything else besides that? I don't think so. It was a very weird week for that.
So
I played
also
video games.
on the media section stuff, but don't forget, guys, I will be doing some streaming on Thursdays. Going to start this Thursday, 7 to 10 Central. We'll be working on Judgment / Creature Caster models with their paint line. I just got to get it all up and done. So get ready. So let me talk about one that y'all haven't, and I'm kind of frustrated. And it is a video game media time. So I did purchase Jedi Survivor and been playing it. And I actually turned all the settings down to story mode. I'm like, the combat's not that fun. The abilities are not that great. Being a Jedi's not that cool. I like, be able to throw things, pick up things, flip around, do fun stuff. It's turned into a jumping puzzle game, and it really is working the crap out of me. And the combat, just not rewarding. So I took everything and turned it straight down to story mode, and I'm kind of hard time going back to it because I'm really not even care about the story that much either. And I hate it because there was also a Darth Vader scene on there, and it was all exciting, and it was cool. And then I'm like, I have to finish it in my brain because I paid for it and I'm going to. My brain won't let me not get around playing the game.
The sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, but that's my brain. I need to know it and need to do it. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to finish it. Going to go through it as quickly as possible because, of course, the new Zelda game comes out. And I will be paying for that one and playing that one.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Get it over with.
All I'm going to say about Jedi Survivor is, based on what people have told me, Gonzo, this is a you problem, not a game problem.
Yeah. I mean,
everyone else I've talked to loves it. Just thinks it's great fun and having a blast. So.
Yeah, I'm just not impressed. The first one was really good.
It's art. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's art. It is completely subjective.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, you may feel like you need to win it. You don't need to win it.
No, I want to get the story.
If you're not enjoying it, just stop and go to something else.
No, I do want to see how the story ends.
Someone do a story run on YouTube. You can watch that.
Nah. I'm gonna finish it for the story, but I haven't been impressed with the gameplay. I mean, it's crashed on me quite a few times too, which I was like, really? I was like, guys,
you PCing or console?
Console it.
That's surprising because people with the console aren't having any problems. So
yeah, I've had it crash like 5 times.
I tell people this a lot. I think it's a you problem, but it'll be okay.
Yeah, I paid for it. I don't mind it. You know, hopefully we'll make another one.
You're like, oh, I need a refund. No,
I don't need a refund. This is something you just got to deal with. So I'll let you know my final thing once I'm done, but I'm still playing it. John, you want to go with what you and I watched?
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you this. I did not know about this series. I had saw some previews for it, and I was like, oh, I think I mildly heard about this. And then
I knew about it, but didn't have any space in my brain. Not like, oh my god, gotta watch that.
So I put it on, and we're talking about, it's on Amazon Prime, Citadel. I know nothing about the Citadel universe. I don't know. I'm sure this is based onto something.
This is the first thing for it.
Oh, okay. So this is not based on anything? Okay, good.
Yes.
So I'm watching this, and so everybody didn't know, Citadel is a story about super spies that all band together to take on all the bad guys, but they get betrayed and they lose their memory, and this is the story of them coming back. Pretty much. This is the base premises of the story.
More or less.
Yeah. Kind of like a Jason Bourne type thing, but not really.
No, actually, really, it's Kingsman without the fun.
There you go. Yeah, I can say it's Kingsman.
And I don't mean that as a dig. It's not meant to be fun. Kingsman's meant to be fun and shocking like that. This is meant to be closer to serious.
Yeah, this one is a little bit serious. I like that Stanley Tucci's in it because I always love him. I always think he's a great actor and always fun to watch. He's always entertaining.
He's great in every scene he's in. I don't have her name on top of my head because I've been drinking, but the Indian actress is fucking great.
Oh, yeah. I'm not having any issue with it, by the way.
Richard Madden is fine. I just feel like he's miscast. He's the wrong... Like, he's acting fine. But his look, he's too pretty to pull off what he's trying to pull off. You know what I mean? Also feels sort of like he's being pushed on us because Eternals in this. Like, he's not bad. He's doing fine.
No, yeah.
Like even, I would say the main cast is doing well. The secondary cast is doing fine. The other things I'm going to bring up is people are going like, oh, I thought the Russos were good and this is bad. First off, they're executive producers and they're not fucking directing it. And they're throwing the Russo name out there trying to get you because of, Avengers, Civil War, and Endgame, and Infinity War, and all that. They're only executive producers. They're not actually have any fucking pull in this. Another thing is, yes, apparently it cost $300 million for season 1.
Holy
is
crap.
it worth $300 million, i.e. $50 million an episode? No, very much not.
Oh, I didn't know it was that much.
Amazon
That's
got
crazy.
fucking served, and I don't know where that money is. Because, again, we have no complaints about the series, it looks like. CGI is fine. Action is fine.
Action was
Everything's
great.
fine. But it's not $50 million an episode fine.
No, I'm really surprised they paid that much for it. I mean, I'm
I hope
enjoying it.
someone got a new mansion out of this shit because that's where that money went.
I mean, I'm enjoying it. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's good action, decent story. We're just learning the
mean,
story, so I mean, it's there. It's
At
building.
points, it's a little like they did have a twist I didn't see coming, and this last in episode 3. There was only 3 episodes yet.
Oh yeah, yep.
There's a twist that I did not see coming at all. But when they mention it, it comes like, okay, no, they laid the seeds for it in this episode. And I think, if anything, what we're going to see in this series is that it's going to feel like it should have been more episodes. I mean, we're halfway through season 1 now, Gonzo, and I feel like
There's
it
only
should
6
be-
episodes.
yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh, weird. I'll say this: I have no clue what it's about. Didn't know anything. I was like, just on a whim, I'd watch it, and I enjoyed it. I'm having fun. It's got good action scenes. Characters are fine. I'm a
watched
fan
it
of
because
Stanley
people were
Tucci.
giving it shit reviews, and I'm like, well, being John, if something's that shitty, I gotta see.
Yeah,
It's not. It's really not. It's fine. I have no problem watching it.
no problem here. I'm waiting for the next episode. I'm like, I want to see what's going on. I like it.
I'm not like waiting with bated breath for the next episode, but the next episode comes on, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as quality as something like Reacher or Jack Ryan, but it's just a level below those two. I mean, better than the Adventures of Vox Machina. But
Right.
there's definitely, you can see and I'm sure Guns will agree, there's some shots in this movie that are a little more artsy-fartsy than they ever have a fucking right to be. Like that whole upside-down twisting around thing, like, why?
I said
No
immediately
fun.
that happened. I was like, somebody's got some art degree they're trying to push her in here.
And honestly, certain things, they do a good job of leading you to when things are happening. Though, when you're back to the present day, you don't need to say X location, X years later for you to figure out, that's the present day. Just say fucking present day.
Yeah, that's fine. It didn't bother me either way, but yes, I get what you're saying.
It was noted. It didn't bother me.
Yeah.
Nothing in it really bothered me. It's fine. I mean, 1.5-ish, 2 so far.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean,
It's purely watchable.
better than
It has some
90% of this
potential.
shit out there.
I mean, the other thing TV show I watched was better, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
So let me get to one before we get to Ms. Isnar's one. To break it up, I started watching Silo, which is on Apple TV. Silo is a story is a story about people that are trapped inside of a silo and they can't go outside. And there's like this dystopian type attitude and everything. And it's a big mystery. And if you say you want to go
Is
outside,
it like a missile silo that they're living in, or is it like a grain silo?
no, it's just called the silo, but it's a huge complex. Huge complex. But it's got the mystery of why are they out there? Why do you not question, why you can't go out there? There's this whole story behind it, and it does some flashbacks and other stuff, but it's been pretty decent. I've enjoyed it. I think the first 3 episodes are out right now. It's got me intrigued. I want to know what happened and what's going on type thing,
Fair.
which will keep me watching it. Fairly new actors and actresses, not a lot of, high-paid, well-known people type thing, but I'm intrigued. I'm going to keep watching it. I'll look forward to it. Can't wait. So, if you like that, check it out. Watch the trailer. If you think it's fun, start it. And then Mizzy and I had something we watched. So I rented and got the D&D movie out and decided to watch it. Didn't watch it in theater, of course, so watch it here.
Of course.
You're
part of the problem.
Part of the problem. Is
Yes. Yes, I am part of the problem, and I'm okay
No,
with it.
No, Mizzy, you're fine.
It's
Gonzo's
Gonzo.
part of the problem.
I'm
You're
part of
fine.
the problem.
always
And
Gonzo's fault.
so I'm watching it, and it was less cheesy than I thought it was going to be, which I'm okay with. I thought it was going to be a lot cheesier by what the trailers said and the trailers were doing. That it was going to be more of a comedy romp than anything else, and it wasn't.
No.
Was that
It
a
was
bad
more,
thing? No.
Marvel style, where the comedy was folded into what was going on, which is my preferred style, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
But while I'm watching it, my brain was like, here's where somebody's going to bitch about this. Here's where somebody's going to bitch about that. And I'm like, God, this is just the rule of cool shit going on.
Yep.
And that's how
This
that
is literally like, oh, hey, I got Gonzo and Mizzy and some others in a D&D game, and they're doing all the stupid shit they do in a D&D game.
Yes.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Very much so. That is 100% what this was. Because I was like, oh, that was pretty fucking cool how they thought about that. Okay, I can see my players doing stupid shit.
The Speak to Dead?
Yeah.
That's 100%
Yes.
what happens in the game.
100% would happen.
Yeah. All of that stuff. Everything in there. I mean, is this true to D&D? Fuck no. Do you really want to get into the minutia of that?
What does it give you the idea of what playing D&D is like?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Bleacher says you need to talk down a local rules lawyer. Yeah, well, rules lawyers are like that, and respectfully, fuck them.
Yeah. And then that's where I can see that people that were rules lawyers would have a problem with this movie.
Opinion, I will walk downstairs and I will stab you to death.
I mean, here's the thing. And we brought this up whenever the trailer came out. Yes, druids cannot shapeshift into an owlbear. But you know what? Who
Actually,
fucking cares?
Fucking cool.
Hold on. Technically speaking, in D&D 1, which is coming out, they will be able to because they just shapeshift into a stat block, and who cares what it fucking looks like?
Correct. You know, I'm like, you got to stop with this. It's not 100%. I didn't see them fucking
There
roll
was a
initiative.
time and a place for being pedantic.
Yeah.
And the good trolls know when to be pedantic and when not to.
Yeah.
It's like the wise man said, you know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
There was nothing wrong with what I saw. Because I was like, I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, she wild shaped like, 7 times in, one scene. And I'm like, there's some rules lawyer out there is going like, well, she has to be X amount of level and you can't do that. And I'm like,
So Ginny D, who's a YouTuber does a lot of role playing and D&D stuff, just had a short video, like going like how, sure, that's not by the rules, but it's okay because it was cool and it was way more interesting than just one wild shape into, a fly and get out.
yeah.
Fat Dragon was fantastic.
I just wanted more Fat Dragon. That was very amusing. That was not what you expected at all, and very, very amusing. It's also a movie you guys are going to watch it once and be like, that was amusing. And then I think it's going to need a second watch to really enjoy it. And I'm waiting. I think it's a Paramount one, so it'll be a Paramount Plus. Put your guns.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a ton of fun. It did give a shout back to my 80s D&D, so I was very happy with that. I was really surprised that was in there, but it made my old 80s D&D heart sing. So I enjoyed that. So
More on that later, Baiting.
but I thought it was fun. Sure, it's not going to win any awards. Will it get a sequel? Probably not, because it probably didn't make enough money. But if it does, cool. I like the characters. I thought it was interesting. I would like to see them more, because I could explore more and let them do stuff. So I give it like 1 Space Harpy. Was it perfect? No. But was it just good fun to watch people do cool shit and do cool things? Yes. Is it cool to watch a female barbarian beat the shit out of a bunch of people? Yes.
Fuck yes.
So this came up on Twitter this week, and my little mini rant is we need to stop saying something was bad or good. If you liked it, it was fucking good, because the whole perspective is based off you. Who cares if someone out there with a film degree or some such bullshit thinks it was bad? They can fuck themselves, because it's subjective. 100% subjective.
Yeah.
If we liked it, it was good, because we're speaking from our point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Not every movie is the most well-crafted or anything, and who fucking cares? If we enjoy it, it has done its job as entertainment, and it's good.
Yeah.
Just like guilty pleasures. Get the guilty pleasures out of here. Are you actually guilty about them? I'm fucking not. There is no movie I like that I call a guilty pleasure. And I include shit like fucking SWAT and fucking Stealth. Just enjoy them. Who fucking cares?
No, SWAT got canceled, by the way.
I was talking about the movie, not the TV series.
Oh. we're in the time of cancellations right now, guys. So there's going to be a lot of shows get canceled or not renewed. So be prepared.
Well, speaking of a show that has not yet been canceled and probably was renewed, I don't really know. I
Wait,
haven't
hold on.
watched.
Wait, 1 second. Mizzy, what did you give the D&D movie, by the way?
Oh,
I was gonna
sorry.
say a 1 as well. 'cause
Okay.
It was just fun.
Okay. Wanted to make sure she had her piece. All right, go ahead, John.
So, Banyan bitched to me that Paramount Plus is not working on our Amazon Fire box.
Oh.
Like, he's like, I try to watch stuff and it just starts and then doesn't go. So I'm like, well, fuck. Let me see if it's a big problem. So let me test it on my computer real quick. So I load it up and I'm like, let me click on. And I click on. Oh, here we go. And say yes. And then suddenly I watched the entire pilot episode again.
Might be a Fire Stick issue depending on your generation. I had to
It's
recently
it's
replace
Firebox,
mine.
and it's
Firebox.
7-ish years old, maybe 8.
It's time to get rid
It might be time to upgrade.
Funny note, I think it's slightly older than my battery, and my battery's 7 years old in my car.
Yeah, it may be time.
Still going, apparently. Funny.
So I went from a Gen 1 Fire Stick to the latest edition, and it makes a world of a difference.
I'm going to wait for the sale to come that they always do Black Friday. And I'll get a new Firebox then, and stop bitching, hopefully.
That's fair.
Anyways,
That's also
but no,
my only source of TV because I don't have cable.
we do, but we don't want to have it on the TV downstairs. He might be able to watch it downstairs in the basement, in the Banyan cave. It's like the Bat Cave, just no giant penny. It's not as cool.
Okay.
Anyways, so I watched the entire first pilot episode of NCIS again. It was super fun. A little different. Like, there's certain character traits that get moved around. You can tell this is a pilot, not the Night in the Ash episode of the series. But still super enjoyable. Love seeing those guys again. I don't know how you would watch NCIS without Gibbs and Ducky and Denozo and all. I couldn't imagine. At this point, shouldn't you just end the series and start a new one? But hey, I give that episode 1 spacer because it's super fun and enjoyable. When you do that, like, I've been watching a lot of first episodes of stuff, just for nostalgia and all. Like, does it hold up? Yeah, holds up pretty well. Gonzo, you have 7 more things to go, don't you?
75. Mizzy, do you have anything besides?
I started watching Warrior. I think I'm on like episode 5 or 6.
Oh shit, you're caught up to me. I'm gonna need to get going again. Huh? What do you think?
Hey, motivation for the both of us.
Please wait till. Did you see the? I'm gonna call it the Western episode.
That's the saloon one.
Yeah, it
You
would
know-
have been. It would have been episode 5 if it was that early. It might be episode 6 or 7.
I don't think so. I think that might be the
Okay.
one that I'm on.
So yeah, so you're just like a 1 or 2 behind me. So I better get to it.
It's not that hard for me to watch Banyan. Like,
You find it hard to watch.
It's a lot, but for me, it's not that bad.
I enjoyed it actually. I mean, obviously the blatant racism is a little tough to take at points.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the point of all of the show, is to show this and make sure, open your eyes that shit happened.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it really happened, but I really dig the main character. I hope he
love
gets
him.
more roles. He's
He's great.
got great charisma. That was one of the things to sidestep. One of the things I didn't like about Snake Eyes, I feel like they had the wrong person as Snake Eyes, because this guy was in the Storm Shadow, and he would have been much better as Snake Eyes. He had so much more charisma to be the lead. I want to see him in more movies. He was in Bullet Train.
Yep.
I enjoy seeing him. He needs to get more parts, and I enjoy Warrior. It's I don't want to say it's fun, but it's definitely interesting and enjoyable.
Yeah. It's a different kind of fun if you like a lot of violence.
Yes, and it's
really
like old
good.
school kung fu movie. Yeah,
Yes.
The fight scenes are great.
yeah. Of everything, like, it is top notch stunt coordination. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like that, and since the new season's coming out, I'm like, oh shit, we need to go ahead and
Well, Missy and I are like a season and a half behind.
get started. Slackers.
Sorry, not some of us actually require sleep to function. So
Some of us actually have to work at work. Rich.
yeah, Gonzo. Some of us actually have to produce things.
I produce stuff and I make sure things are done. Don't even date. I do it. I'm just very effective at it.
So am I. I just can't watch stuff while I do it.
So the last thing I have is I was working on organizing the paints that I got. Thank you, Creaturecaster. And so I just put on some noise and I put on Mascots, which is on Netflix. I've got a Netflix queue a mile long, but this is like an hour and a half. So I was like, okay. Mascots is a mockumentary based on mascots and the World Championship Mascot Tournament. If you ever saw Best in Show, it is a comedy. So no, John, you hadn't seen it. It makes fun.
It's a show on Netflix. Likely, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, and it's only about an hour and a half, and it's a mockumentary of mascots in sporting things, and so it's interviews and people saying the most inappropriate stuff, and say people doing stupid things. Is it okay? It's all right. Was it funny? No, not really. But does it have some good funny actors in it? Yeah, and it has some good lines. It gets my meh 2.5 rating type thing because it's just there. It was done in 2016, so it's not horribly
You
old.
might as well just listen to music instead.
Yeah. If you like music better, just go and do that.
I do.
So
Go listen to
Actually,
Laser Shooting Dinosaurs.
No, the other one I sent you, the pirate one, was way better than that.
The pirate sober one is hilarious, yes. Which is ironic because I too am a sober pirate.
I am not a pirate and also not sober.
But I mean, it was just okay. I mean, you could have left without it, so no big deal. Captain Mizzy, you got anything? John, you got anything before we get out of here? Because it's almost time.
I mean, still want to finish Warrior Season 1 and watch Season 2, and I don't know when I'm going to fit Ted Lasso in there, but I need to.
Oh, Ted
Yes.
Lasso is so good.
I am caught up on Ted Lasso. It is fantastic. I've mentioned in chat before, I watched 2.5 seasons in 4 days.
It's
also
just
need
so
to
good.
do a rewatch of Season 1 of Rebels and go through the rest of Rebels and get ready for Ahsoka.
Somebody put out there, like, here's your essential episodes that will help you.
No, fuck that.
Oh.
If the whole series won't stand together, fuck it, I don't need to watch it. Because I know Dave Filoni and them are not going to make it so you have to watch it. They're going to make it accessible, because a lot of people don't watch. I ain't got time for cartoons. A lot of people like that, who like to watch the full live-action stuff, so...
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I watched Season 1 of Rebels. I thought it was great, but it's never got Season 2 because life and my inability to dedicate time to that takes up my YouTube time, which I probably should spend watching other stuff.
I did watch one other thing, and it was because Stanley Tucci was in Citadel, and I was on Netflix, and Easy A showed up immediate, like they knew that I was watching Stanley Tucci and something else. And Easy A is a movie. It's a modern day version of the Scarlet Letter, pretty much, type thing. And I enjoyed it because Stanley Tucci's fucking hilarious in it.
Stanley Tucci's great in everything. He is one of the great parts of the fourth Transformers movie, even.
Yeah. And Emma Stone was amazing in this. The episode was done. It was a very much just like a John Hughes, high school drama sitcom thing. So,
Yeah.
So much worth it. I recommend it. I liked it a lot. I like the writing in it was done very, very well. So I enjoyed that a lot. It was a really good one.
Never seen it. No shock to anyone.
No.
It doesn't strike me as a John movie. That's okay.
It's not science fiction. It's not quirky cult classic. It's not explosions or violence. Yeah, not really in the John oeuvre of movies, let's say. And it's not Casablanca, because I do like Casablanca also.
Well, guys, we appreciate you coming on. Like I says, John's going to get back on his hobby streaking. Hopefully
in the
soon.
next week or two, give me a chance to let hope work fucking calms the fuck down.
Yeah. I will be streaming on Thursday nights, so you can come and hang out with me. I'm going to be painting up some models. I'll talk Judgment and I'll talk Conquest. That's all going to be, that's their thing that we're going to talk about. Captain Macy's going to be joining us for a few episodes and everything to help get things going along. We're probably going to have a few special guests coming up soon because there's a few Kickstarters going around. Also,
we do have a Conquest review, or not Conquest review, Judgment review coming up.
Yep, we'll have a Judgment review. Then, like I said, some of the Kickstarters that are going on before. Let's give a good shout out. The Heavy Gear Kickstarter is going. It's for the RPG. So if you like RPGs and you like squad robot stompy things, good, go for it.
I like the idea of it. It's if you like PDFs, it's definitely your price point. If you get a physical copy, it's a little pricey physical copy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, physical stuff's getting expensive, like crazy.
Yeah, but
now.
that's our way.
Yeah.
But it's definitely interesting. What else is going on?
Warzone Eternal.
Yeah, Warzone's going on. Warzone.
I think they're at like 120K, which has opened up a lot of stuff.
That's a good amount. Like, let's not say it's not a good amount, but man, after the Battle Kickstarter, I'm like, 120K ain't shit.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But 120K.
Ain't nothing going to touch Battle.net for a while.
It went crazy. Yeah.
Nobody gonna touch that.
Yeah. I love the RPG ones. Like I said, I was a little disappointed the physical copy was expensive. It's not like stupid expensive. It's just like premium price.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're getting a good quality product for that price.
Yeah, I think Nick told me it was going to be over 300 pages or so. So it's a good size book too.
Again, it was just the sticker shock you get. Like, I mean, come on, I just bought all 3 of the core rule books for this. And so I understand what rule books cost, but it was like, oh, okay, it's full price.
Yeah. Let's see, Warzone Eternal, which is going on right now, and they've got an easy interest point, like $50, and you get your first starting army, and like PDF of the rules and stuff. So I mean that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And then I know Gloomhaven Kickstarter is going to be kicking off for their RPG, and I know that's going to be happening. I got to talk with some people about that, see if we can get them on air so they can talk about their Kickstarter.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a game I think needs to be sold. Should get out there because it's like, what's that about? And everyone's played Gloomhaven. It's for all accounts, it's a good game, but it's a big and expensive game. It's got that super sticker shock, like, oh my.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. We appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you watching. We will be sending you off to the Pyro Club because they'll be playing some D&D, and you can hang out with them.
I'm John.
Please take care of yourself. Please take care of others. If you see something, say something. If you can do something, do something. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next week or on Thursday if you want to come and hang out with me. From Other Dice, I'm Gone. I'm Gonzo.
I'm still John.
I'm this.
Oh, Freudian slip if I ever heard one.
I'm gone. Fuck this. So.
Out. Done.
And I'm the one who's drunk. Remember, he's sober.
I'm sober and I can't even talk. Man.
I at least have an excuse. Cheers.
Cheers.